call your nation, I need you to speak loudly and clearly. One of my responsibilities today is to make sure that everything that you say gets properly recorded. After you leave the station, I'll direct you to see my clerks in the lobby. Their windows are located to the left once you've exited through the double doors at the rear of the courtroom. When you leave the courtroom, you do need to go out through those double doors, but you do not need to go out through the metal detector. If you go to the left before you get to the metal detector, that'll get you to my clerk's windows. Let's go ahead and start with, I can't read this. It looks like it says Michael Walters. If you would come to station number 1. Good afternoon. All right. Levi, could you get him the hearing device? Thank you. Okay. Are you able to hear me? Yeah. Okay. All right. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with a defective headlight, this is a 1-point violation. The city attorney will dismiss the failure to yield charge, which happened on May 23rd of 2021, shortly before noon, in the area of 84th and Rosemary here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? All right. I need you to actually just answer my question. Were you able to understand my question? Yes. Okay. So is this what you want to do, is plead guilty to the reduced charge? Yes. All right. Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Yes. All right. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving the rights that you were advised of in that video? Yes. Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with a defective headlight, a 1-point violation on May 23rd of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? All right, let me look at the accident report. It's a pretty serious accident. All right, there's nothing in aggravation on your driving record. Your scheduled fine in this case is $240. I'm going to reduce your fine to $180 plus surcharges plus court costs. When you go to the windows in the lobby to see my clerks, they're going to tell you what the total is. If you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Do you have any questions? All right, go ahead and go to the windows to see my clerk. All right. Javier Diaz, where are you at? You don't need to come forward. The city attorney's dismissing this case. If you go to the windows in the lobby and see my clerks, they'll give you a copy of the order of dismissal, and then you are free to leave. Okay? Christopher Sandoval, if you would come forward to station number 2. Good afternoon. All right, I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, on May 18th of 2021 at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the area of 103rd Place and Walden Street here in Commerce City, the city attorney will dismiss the original stop sign charge against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Yes, Your Honor. Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of the rights that you were advised of in that video? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will? No. Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? No. Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? No. Then to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, a 2-point violation on May 18th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? Guilty. Okay, I'll accept your guilty plea. Anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? I'm just here to make sure that I'm a good driver. I can't afford any more tickets. Okay, well, your driving record shows a ticket from March of this year at Adams County. Is that correct? Yeah, I got a ticket then, and then I couldn't pay it, and I had to go to court. I figured I couldn't afford anything. Put myself to this way. All right, your scheduled fine in this case is $120. I'm going to go ahead and reduce your fine to $80 plus surcharges and court costs. If you go to the windows in the lobby, see my clerks, they'll tell you the total workout payment arrangements. Okay? Uh-huh. Brian Richburg, if you would come to station number 3. And your registration number? Did you ever file an entry of appearance? I did not. Okay, go ahead and give me your full name again. Yes, it's Powell, P-E-L-L-O-W. First name is Mike. Registration number is 17945. All right. Here I am going through all these documents and not paying attention to what the charge was. Give me a second here. All right, I have a document that indicates that if your client pleads guilty to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a 3-point violation, The city attorney will dismiss the original speeding charge from April 26th of 2021 at 12:49 in the afternoon in the area of 81st and Tower Road here in Commerce City. Is that a correct statement of the proposed disposition?
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Richburg, do you understand what's being offered to you? In other words, the charge will be reduced down to a three-pointer. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Have you had enough time to consult with Mr. Pello regarding the options available to you on the original charge in this case? Are you satisfied with the service, advice, and representation that he's given you thus far in this matter? And counsel, would you waive further reading and advisement? Thank you. Mr. Richburg, has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a three-point violation on April 26th of 2021 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty? And Mr. Pello, would you waive the necessity of the establishment of a factual basis to support the plea?
Yes,
With that, I will accept the plea. Anything by way of mitigation?
yes, Your Honor. I have a few brief things. The first thing that I would indicate is Mr. Richford was cooperative with the officer. He did admit to the officer he knew he was speeding. He didn't think he was going as fast as the officer clocked him at. And Mr. Richford did take his vehicle to right forward at Highway 85 in Bromley Lane. They examined it and indicated that they believe the cruise control was off by about 15 to 20 miles an hour. I did show that to the prosecutor. Mr. Richford, I would indicate, is a new father. He and his significant other have a young son. Mr. Richford is a very active and involved dad, but that does cause him some financial limitations, Your Honor. I would just ask the court to consider those things in setting the fine.
All right, thank you. Mr. Richburg, is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? All right. Your driving record shows a ticket from Denver from May 20th of 2020. Is that entry correct?
Your Honor, I discussed that with Mr. Richford, and the prosecutor told me about that. It's defective vehicle plea, and Mr. Richford is puzzled by it because he doesn't recall something from May of 2021.
Well, it was something much more serious because it's not a regular municipal case number. It's a county court case number, 20T14240. So whatever it was more serious than a normal municipal Denver speeding ticket or anything else.
Well, that's interesting, the misdemeanor number.
Right.
Oh, okay. I think he's recalling it.
Okay, that's fine. For my purposes, it just counts as one additional aggravating factor. The most serious aggravating factor, obviously, is the amount of speed over the posted speed limit he was going. And just by way of information, Mr. Richburg, I see that where you live. I can tell you that pretty much all of the north-south streets through Commerce City are 45-mile-an-hour zones. Tower Road, Highway 2, once you get north of Quebec, Highway 85, as it comes through town, is a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit zone. Quebec Street's a 45. Pretty much every one of them's a 45 if you're coming through here, either going up to where you live or coming down. Yep. All right, let me do the math here. Your schedule fine's $240. Obviously, the speed plus the moving violation within the year. I'm going to go ahead and, based on the plea bargain and the statements made by your attorney, I'm going to go ahead and reduce it to $160 plus surcharges plus court costs. When you go to the windows in the lobby and see my clerks, they're going to tell you what the total is. If you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Any questions? Anything else I need to address, Mr. Fellow? All right, thank you. Go ahead and go to the windows, see my clerk. Mr. Tashijan, who are you here on?
It's EM793 Eves. I'm going to attempt the last name, Gu. I feel like I get a pass on that because my name gets butchered so often.
I'll go ahead and give you a pass. That's actually the case I have in front of me, so let me pull up the file. I would go with Jew.
Yeah, I'm not certain.
I'm not either. All right, the proposed disposition I have indicates that if on the behalf of this defendant, we'll go with that, if you tender a plea of guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, the city attorney will dismiss the original charge against him, the original speeding charge. This is from May 13th of 2021, shortly before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, in the area of the 8400 block of East 56th Avenue here in Commerce City. Is that a correct statement of the proposed disposition?
It is.
And are you representing to the court that you have your client's authority to enter this plea on their behalf?
I am, and I do.
And waiving their appearance pursuant to 167202?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your registration number, Mr. Tashent?
37119.
All right. So then to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, a 2-point violation on May 13th of 2021 here in Commerce City on behalf of Mr. Zhu. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll accept the plea. Anything by way of mitigation?
He represents to me, and his motor vehicle record, as far as I can tell, confirms that he has never had a ticket prior to this. He's 32 years of age. So he was mistaken as to the speed limit in this area, not his typical driving behavior to be 26 over the limit.
All right. His schedule fines $160. I will note the clear driving record, nothing particularly aggravated. I'll go ahead and drop the fine to $60 plus surcharges and court costs.
Thank you,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
when you leave the meeting, my clerks will reach out to you either later today or tomorrow, certainly no later than Friday, with the total and the stay of execution for you and your client.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Anything else I need to address on this one?
No, sir. Be well.
And is this the only one you're here on?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you. You can leave the meeting. Appreciate it. Have you cleaned the stations? All right. Shelley Varelas, if you would come to station number 1. Good afternoon. All right, I have a document that alleges that on May 28th of 2021 at 11:24 in the morning, in the area of 94th and Highway 2, it alleges that you were speeding 66 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone. Do you understand what you're accused of? I'm not asking if you agree with it. I'm just asking if you understand what the charge is. Okay. Now, the city attorney says that there might be identity issues on this case, or identity theft, if you will, and wants to set this over for a pretrial conference so that the police can verify that it was you, not somebody else. And is that what you want to do as well? All right. So we're going to set this for a pretrial conference. When you go to the windows in the lobby to see my clerk, they will give you the notice of the new court date and time. While you're there, ask them, and they can provide you copies of the police officer's notes and the reports. It might help you in being able to determine where you were on May 28th of 2021 at 11:24 in the morning, which might assist in resolving this case as well. Okay? Do you have any questions? All right. Go ahead and go to the windows, see my clerks. Oh, before I forget, did you watch the advisement of rights video? Okay, good. I just need to make a note of that. I'm sorry? Yeah, it's actually the other microphone. Right. Yes. Yes. When you come back, that's when we'll resolve the identification issue. No, you won't be coming back today. You'll be coming back on another court date. Okay? Yes, they'll give you the notice when you go to the windows. Okay? Uh-huh. Alicia Bueno, if you would unmute your device, please. Alicia Bueno?
Hi.
Hi. Do you have a camera?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to, let me put it on really quick. Okay.
There you go. All right. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, the city attorney will dismiss the original speeding charge from May 18th of 2021 at 9:54 in the morning in the area of 10900 East 120th Avenue here in Commerce City. This was a 6-point speeding ticket. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes, sir, I did.
Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of the rights that you were advised of in that video?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this charge against your will?
No.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, sir.
And are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, sir.
Then to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a 3-point violation on May 18th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea. You're making me dizzy. Can you get to one place and just...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Thank you. All right, I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
No, Your Honor. That's okay. Thank you.
Okay, I show a ticket from Adams County from July of 2020. All it's showing to me is that it's unresolved. Do you have a pending ticket in Adams County?
No.
No?
No. Not that I don't have any. No, there was one that I got and then it was dismissed, but
Yeah.
that was a while ago.
Yeah, the only one that I'm looking at is, I mean, because you have one from January of 2020 from Brighton. That one's too old, so I'm not going to deal with that. The only outstanding one I'm showing is from July of 2020 from Adams County. That would be the state court.
No, I don't have any knowledge about that.
All right, that's fine. And was there anything you wanted me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
The only reason why I was speeding this time was because I thought I was in labor. I was 39 weeks and yeah, that was totally me speeding, but my husband was out of town, so I had to figure it out and go to Platte Valley, but it was false labor. So
Well, interesting, because you indicated to the police officer when he pulled you over that you were running late for work, and that's why you were speeding.
no, I was pregnant. I told her. I was like, I'm sorry, my baby bump is going crazy today.
Okay.
So
Give me just a moment. Well, again, you certainly didn't get to where you were going any quicker because you got pulled
yeah,
over.
no, yep.
Your schedule fines $200, and that's without an aggravating factor. Yeah, this one's way too high for that roadway. I'm going to reduce your fine from $200 down to $160 plus surcharges plus court costs. All right, when you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email. It'll be either later today, sometime tomorrow, or certainly by Friday. They're going to tell you what the total is once surcharges and court costs are added in. If you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, you might want to call up to the courthouse in Adams County and just see what it is that's going on. It's from July 20th of 2020. It's in your name with your date of birth. In fact, do you have paper and pen handy? I can even give you their phone number.
Yeah. Do you have is there like a citation number along with that too, by any chance?
Let me look. There's a number, but it doesn't look right. That's why I'm not sure what it is. Let me know when you're ready and I can give it to you.
Okay, let me grab up. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, and I didn't count it against you because it's not showing as a conviction. It's Adams County case number is 35425. That looks like it's from the sheriff's office. That's one of their numbers.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and it's from July 20th of 2020.
July 20th, 20.
Right.
And then just to make sure I have it, 35425, right?
Correct. And the number that you call is 303
Uh-huh.
659 1161, and then it's going to lead you to one of their menus. And I would say just wait till they give you the number for the traffic division and call them. Okay?
Okay, perfect. I will. Thank you so much for your help.
Sure. All right. You can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right. Brittany Mentoxin, if you would unmute your device, please.
Good day, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. I have a document that alleges that on April 24th of 2021 at about 6:35 in the evening, in the area of 71st and Colorado Boulevard, it's alleged that you engaged in careless driving. Do you understand what it is you're accused of doing?
Yes,
All right. It's my understanding that you wish to plead not guilty to committing this offense. Is that correct?
that is correct.
All right. Did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes, I did.
All right. I'm going to enter your not guilty plea. We'll schedule this matter for a trial to the court. If there's any witnesses that you wish to have present on the date of your trial that you believe will not appear in court voluntarily, when my clerks contact you, let them know that you wish to get subpoenas. The subpoenas will be free of charge. They'll explain how those subpoenas need to be served on your witnesses in order to have them effectively ordered to appear on the date of your trial. If you wish to get copies of the police officer's notes or the reports related to your case, ask my clerks. They'll provide those to you free of charge as well. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right. So my clerks will reach out to you by email either later today, tomorrow, certainly by Friday. They'll give you the trial date. They'll provide subpoenas if you ask for them and copies of the reports if you ask for them. If you don't have any additional questions, you're free to leave the meeting, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
Chance Toops?
Yes, sir, that is me.
Oh, I didn't realize you were online. Good afternoon. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, this is a 3-point violation, the city attorney will dismiss the original speeding charge from May 22nd of 2021 at 11:30 in the morning in the area of 101st and Highway 2 here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, sir. I do want to plead guilty.
All right. Did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of the rights that you were advised of on that video?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No, sir.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, sir.
Then to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a 3-point violation on May 22nd of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
No, sir.
All right. How long have you been driving?
I started driving when I turned 16, but I'm originally from Louisiana, sir.
Yeah, so we're talking 3 years, right?
Yes, sir. But currently, right now, I do not have my own vehicle, so I do not drive currently every day.
All right, that's fine. This looks like it's your first ticket, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, your scheduled fine in this case is $120. There's nothing in aggravation on your record, and there's nothing in aggravation about this case. So I'm going to go ahead and lower your fine to $60 plus surcharges and court costs. When you leave the meeting, my clerks will reach out to you by email either today, tomorrow, certainly by Friday. They're going to tell you what the total is, and if you need them to, they'll put you on a payment plan. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. Thank you for your time today.
You can leave the meeting, and thank you. Are you Mr. Gabel? You were here this morning. Did something come up?
Yes, I called the insurance company, like you said, and they sent me a document that shows that I was covered on there. I keep checking to see, because they have 2 different plans on there, so I keep trying to confirm those dates, which one is the right one.
Okay. Good. Well, I'm glad that worked out. It'll saves you a lot of money. Much better face. Oh, no, I know. All right. Corey Rowe, if you would go ahead and unmute your device.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Well, excuse me. I have a document that alleges that on May 13th of 2021, at about 8:20 in the evening, in the area of 17985 East 107th Place, that you're accused of allowing an animal attack or having an animal attack, which is under the new city ordinance. Do you understand what it is that you're charged with?
I do.
All right. The city attorney, our regular city attorney isn't here. We have a substitute city prosecutor today, and he's indicating that you and he have agreed to set this for another pretrial conference, or another court date, which we'll call a pretrial conference, to see if you're able to resolve this case at your next appearance. Is that how you wish to resolve it for today?
Yes, Your Honor. The people involved use this as an opportunity to get extra money from us, so I wanted to sort that out with Adam first, Mr. Golden.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. All right. And did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, when you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email. They'll set the new court date. And I know Mr. Gollin was working on this before he left out of town. He was trying to gather some information, but I got the impression that there was still a question about some of the information he'd received. I think it's from the alleged victims. So I think that makes sense. Let's set this matter over. It's going to be set out about 30 days, more or less. My clerks will reach out to you by email and let you know the new court date, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You can go ahead and leave the meeting.
All right. We don't have anybody else on Zoom, do we? One more. Okay.
In my failure to comply queue, I have a person, and we issued the warrant on June 25th, and today, I think it was an automatic. They had overdue requirement, so they came back into my failure to comply queue. You want to see the person's name?
Oh.
Brian Manuel Quesada.
I know I sent you one last week, the juvie, that FTA.
Right, I got that one.
Oh, then.
Yeah, I don't know why I had it marked out, and I must have done the order, but I must not have saved it.
Maybe.
Okay, but in this one, see, on this one, the person, the warrant issued on June 25th, and then the warrant fee got issued, so I know it's done. And then here, it says overdue requirements. So I think what happened is,
I think that's a CM number, isn't it?
I'm sorry,
You go all the way up? Yeah, it's a P. Oh, no. No. Oh, but you issue it. Huh.
yeah, so he's already failed to appear, and I already issued the warrant. So I don't know, I think they maybe got referred to diversion, and that was what was due, but it's already been a warrant.
Oh, 6/25, and then today's the week after that. Oh, that's why, because they trigger, and
Right.
they go into
It triggered automatically. So I don't know what to do. Do I just process it to get it out of there?
No, let me just delete it out of there.
Okay. Do you want the case number? No, my FTC queue. It's EM 8035. I think he failed to appear for a pretrial. Right. Referred to diversion. So I think the diversion deadline is what passed.
No, it looks like he failed to appear on 6/23.
Right. But what I'm saying is the diversion deadline is probably why it got kicked, why it says that there's overdue requirements for today.
Yeah, because what they did is that they put it into the sentencing queue.
Correct.
It wasn't sentencing, though.
Right.
It was set for pretrial.
Right.
That's why.
Okay, so you can delete it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will take it out of there.
And Mr. Vargas, I'm just waiting for your paperwork.
That's fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
I run across things like that every once in a while, where it pops back up because it's in the sentencing queue, but it's already been done, you know? I know. But I think I got current with all of the time I had this morning. And all the failure to pays are not due until July. The plea by mails are done. you. All right, on the record regarding Mr. Vargas, I have a proposed disposition that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of speeding, he didn't put down the amount. It would be 55 in a 45 zone, a 4-point violation. The city attorney will dismiss the original charge of speeding 65 in a 45, a 6-point violation on June 24th of 2021 at about 7:15 in the evening in the area of 92nd and Highway 2 here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yeah, I did.
Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of those rights that you were advised of in that video?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, sir.
Then to the added reduced charge of speeding 55 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, a 4-point violation on June 24th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
Well, I do agree that driving over the speed limit's wrong. I didn't know what the speed limit was. I just got on the Highway 2. I just got some food, and then I got pulled over right before the speed limit sign. So either way, what I did was wrong.
Well, if you got on Highway 2 at Quebec, you will have passed 2 signs showing the speed limit before he clocked you at 92nd. If you had gotten on 88th, you would have passed 1 sign.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, they're there. I mean, you just have to be paying attention to them. All right. Believe it or not, there's nothing in aggravation on your driving record. The most recent ticket I show for you is 2019, and I only go back 1 year. So your scheduled fine in this case is $120. I'm going to reduce it to $80 plus surcharges plus court costs. When you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email either today, tomorrow, certainly by Friday. They'll tell you what the total is, and if you need, if you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. Thank
All
you.
right, you can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Have a good day.
You too.